Hello everybody, hope you're having a good weekend. This is Dwayne, Doozer's Models. A little while ago I mentioned that I received my gravity polishing kit, and I said that I would do a little testing on it, work with a little bit, and let you guys know what I found. I don't know about you guys, but what I find sometimes happens is you do something that is good. You know, it's a good quality paint job, it's a good quality thing, and you think to yourself, I can do it a little bit better. So then you start tinkering with it, and then you change it, and then you work with it, and you end up wrecking it. So then you end up with something destroyed that was good in the first place, that you really didn't have to do anything to. So you do that a few times, and unfortunately for me, it makes you a little hesitant to do things. So I've developed my painting strategies to where I can get a pretty good finish with just paint and clear coat, but it's not a great finish. It's not a show quality finish. It's not exactly where I want it to be. And but I've always been afraid to take a sandpaper to a good quality paint job. I've done it a few times and just never get it back to the same quality of shine, the same quality of finish, and you end up going backwards and like I said earlier, wrecking what was a perfectly good paint job. So what I did is, if you look at this Bronco, if you look at it in the light, it looks like a good paint job. If you look at it real close, you can see on the roof there, there's quite a bit of orange peel. So it's not a great paint job by any means. The body, sides, you can see in it all the orange peel and blemish and whatever. So here it's shiny. At a glance, it looks like a good paint job, but it's not a great paint job. So I want to get past that fear and do some polishing and some sanding, get rid of the orange peel, bring back the original shine, and get to that. Excuse me. So I saw online somebody had used the gravity paint or polish system, and they said it did an amazing job in that. So I got it. I took this Bronco, I sanded down the hood, I played with it. I knew that I'd get some burn through. I knew that it'd be a little bit of a learning curve, and I was fully prepared for that. So my first effort, if you look at this side of the hood, you can see it's not all that shiny, and it's nowhere near as shiny as what the original was. So we'll do a comparison here. So I was pretty disappointed to see that the level of shine wasn't even as good as out of the rattle can. But what I did is a little bit more trial and error, a little bit more work with it. And what I found was I didn't use a fine enough grit for my sand finish before I went to the polish. So what I think I did is I ended up polishing the scratches, which is never going to get past it. So through perseverance, I got a little bit of a finer grit of sandpaper. I sanded it a little bit smoother. I worked with the compounds a little bit. As you can see on them, they're 1, 2, and 3. I found getting the compound on it, rubbing it, gradually rubbing it harder and faster and so on and that, to finally get this side. So you can see that's a much better finish. It's almost the level of gloss that the original paint job was, minus the orange peel, which is exactly what we're trying to achieve. So this gave me renewed optimism. As you can see on there, I burnt through it in a few places, but I knew this was going to happen. I wasn't overly worried about that. So I've been waiting on my cancer build because there was a few blemishes in what was, again, a good paint job, but by no means a great paint job. There was some glitches on the roof. There was a few on the back. There was a hair in it here. There was some areas on the side that weren't very good. So what I wanted to show you today is, after perseverance, using the right sandpapers, figuring out the right methodology for the polishes, still not a great paint job, but a lot closer to where I want to be for sure. You can see on the roof there, there's a couple of little divots where that hair was right at the top of the trunk. Is gone and polished out nice. So the Gravity system does a great job. I don't think it's any better than the Tamiya polishes or the Novus system or the Meguiar's. I think it's just a trial and error. It's a personal preference. It's finding a product that you're happy with that works for you. And the only one thing I can say is I want to get past that fear of not taking stuff to the next level. So yeah, just wanted to share with you guys my experience with the Gravity polish system, with the whole concept of taking sandpaper to a perfectly good paint job. You need the confidence to know that you can bring it back and that you can do a good job with it. And the only way you can do that is through perseverance, trial and error, doing it, learning it, so on and that. So, as I said, it's not a show quality paint job, but I think it's a lot closer to being a smooth, shiny paint job than I've had on a lot. So that's my Saturday bench update. I hope everybody's getting some bench time and enjoying the nicer weather. Caught a couple of videos over the last few days. You guys are doing some awesome stuff. And yeah, just thought I'd say hello and show you guys what I've been up to. Have a great weekend. Build on.